What's up, you guys? Welcome to the March 18th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher. Get ready to break down another wacky Wednesday as usual. We had some injuries and some close games, some upsets. Pretty cool day. And so let's get with the news here in this 10-minute edition. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. Not a lot going on. Like, a lot of it's repeat news, but we have Manuel Quickley is questionable with that ankle tweak, which he had taped up and returned, looked fine. While Rose is still out and Elfrid Payton is doubtful. So it should be another Quickley game. I'm really expecting him to play. But also the Knicks, man, they went so small in the last game. Mitch Robinson's also out. At least one more. He is really close, taking contact. I expect him back by the weekend. So keep that in mind if you want to be proactive on no one's alone and dropping him. Going to make this a very basketball-centric edition. So much I want to talk about. Let some takes fly a little bit more than usual. And start with the Pistons' upset victory over the Raptors. Sure, COVID probably affected them a little bit, but the stunner was Frank Jackson, which Dwayne Casey loves to keep his second unit together. So I was actually kind of expecting Jackson to start, which sounds insane. And then also DSJ warmed up late, and I wish I was more aggressive on identifying that late warm-up meant he probably wasn't going to play. So he was out. Rodney Magruder was out despite being available, and Saban Lee barely got the backup minutes as DeLon Wright revenge game kind of got busy, and he's going to continue to do that. We'll see if he gets traded, which I think he might, but really the headline here was Saddiq Bey, my God. After he looked like Jared Dudley recently, he comes out, drops 28, career high, 12 boards, really active, tons of threes. I think Bey can be really good going forward. Raptors get most of their key guys back with the exception of OG Anunoby, with Chris Boucher getting the start, made an impact late in the game too, with 21 and 4 swats. Great to see that. Hopefully that sticks. But they're going to run OG and Pascal at the 5 a lot, so keep that in mind. He's going to be bumpy. We kind of know this. And Nick Nurse kept his word. He said he wanted to play Paul Watson, and he did. So, I thought he played okay. So he may be in the Knicks. But you're not really paying attention to anybody but the starting group. And then OG, when he comes back, he'll cut into those goos. DeAndre Bembry went away and all that. But, yeah, Fred VanVleet, man, doubtful to start the day. Gets 16 minutes in each half to get to 32. Struggle with the shot. Rust to be expected. But great sign, and my God, Norman Powell, 43 ball. He's on fire. It's just unbelievable how hot that dude gets and how long he's sustained this heat. It's been baller. Kyrie Irving gets added to the injury report for a groin injury, ruled out right away. Not a great sign, sounds minor, but it's the Nets. They're going to play guys limited minutes. So I think Kyrie's going to miss more time. Not a lot, but again, sounds minor. Don't panic, but it's Kyrie. He misses, upper 20s games per season over the last 6 seasons. You just played James Harden all day, and you were rewarded. 40, 10, and 15 assists. Nothing to say there. Mildly surprising starting lineup with Joe Harris starting at the 4, Jeff Green at the 5, and then really, I thought the bigger takeaway, Nick Claxton out-minuted DeAndre Jordan. You love to see it. Keep it going. Tyler Johnson really locked down the minutes as the backup point guard. They went small a lot, which is surprising against this big Indiana front court, and Nash wants to play small. So, Bruce Brown didn't have the greatest game, but still got pretty solid minutes at 24 despite the lineup change. Pacers dropped this once the bonus goes nuts. I mean, it was another smash spot for him against the Nets, especially when they're going so small. The guy gets elbow touches for days. Karis LeVert, 34 minutes, 5 assists, much more active. He was still getting 31 front court touches per game previously, which is a good number, but he only had 4 potential assists in the previous 2 games, so it was surprising to see him more active, and I guess that makes sense, right? Acclimating to the offense, he only had maybe 1 or 2 practices. So you expect him to fill it up a little bit more, which will help Malcolm Brogdon's efficiency, a little bit capping of his upside and assists, but still believe Malcolm Brogdon's going to be really good. Obviously, Sabonis is still going to be a monster. Justin Holiday still should trend down, while TJ McConnell's been better than I thought, although not having Jeremy Lamb has helped him a little bit that way too. To the Bucks, and we have a trade with PJ Tucker heading over there, and he's going to take minutes from people. We know PJ Tucker is really valuable. Doesn't take shots, so that's good for Middleton. It's good for everybody who's going to play playing time because, Tucker's single-digit usage rate. So it's good for Drew. Only guy I think it affects the most would be Dante DiVincenzo. So he'd be a guy that I expect to trend down. Also Pat Connaughton and even Bobby Portis as well. Those guys are, if you were kind of relying on them, expect them to trend down. But I think they're big dogs should continue to eat. 76ers, they may have lost Seth Curry for a little bit. Tweaked his ankle, did not return. That'll open up a little bit more playing time for Shake Milton. They're going to need him to really step up. He'd be the guy I expect to do the most damage. Furkan Korkmaz also had a huge 3 at the end of the 4th to get this game to OT. Ben Simmons, a late 3 at the buzzer basically. Tony Bradley, you can't really count on Tony Bradley, while Tobias and Danny Green are, eating a bunch of minutes here. And Thibault will play a little bit more too if Seth's missing time. Kings get the win in Washington. De'Aaron Fox, big shot late. He has great splits without Marvin Bagley. I expect him to have a huge finish. Tyrese Halliburton, no more minutes cap. They said he had one, but he had 28 hard cap last game, 33 today. He's obviously fine. Expect a monster finish for him. Harrison Barnes possibly traded. Rashawn Holmes got a couple dirty foul calls to cap his upside. Still played pretty well. Hassan Whiteside, 20 minutes out of the gate. Big news there. So he could be a little bit more valuable than we think, obviously on the trade block. Kings, this win, maybe they didn't sell out, but Bielitsa, certainly if you picked him up, he's a pretty quick drop now. Wizards dropped this one. Not much to say here, minutes-wise and stuff, but I'm going to add that their injury report right now has Russell Westbrook ruled out, as well as Rui Hachimura and Mo Wagner questionable for protocols. So, keep your eye on that. I assume we'll find out more, but that's not great. Yeah, bad loss for Boston. A lot of things to talk about. I'm going to talk about the front court because after the game, Brad Stevens was asked about Robert Williams' minutes, and he said that they wanted to be conservative with Rob for a reason to keep him healthy. Says he kind of went to the locker room, by the way, and then Stevens, which I thought was really interesting, he basically said that he should have subbed in Taco Fall because the rim protection was so bad without Time Lord. Oh boy, that is not great for Daniel Theis. Meanwhile, it is really good for Time Lord to consistently get minutes in the 20s. And, look at what he did today. 13, 14, 4 blocks, 2 steals. This is Time Lord time. You love it. Big win for the Cavs. Even Sexton against Marcus Smart played really well. Garland clicked. Larry Nance, man. Look, talk about a possible league-winning pickup here. He's just rolling right now. Kevin Love probably is done. I don't imagine he goes on the court maybe ever again for Cleveland. Has no market. Maybe he gets bought out or something. We'll see. I doubt it. But huge comeback win for the Spurs after it looked like they were dead in the water, trailed by 20 for a good part of this game. Come up late with defense, and that was really the key here as they shut the Bulls down. Keldon sprained his ankle, returned, looked fine. Played late, closed. Great to see that. I expect him to trend up. Jakob Poeltl, man, just beasting. Total dream matchup. Shout out to Drew Dinkmeyer with the Poeltl flag plant on the show if you missed that. Patty Mills played great late. Vassell took a big hit, kind of as expected, but this rotation looks to be pretty figured out. Hopefully we get DeMar DeRozan back on Friday, which would obviously change some things. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Not much to say on the Bulls besides dropping this game. Satoransky's kind of locked in, I feel like. Not a great day for Wendell Carter Jr. and Thad Young closed. Really, really active today. Expect that to continue. So, yeah, and Kobe White, man, he was an ultimate sell high when he was humming, and now it's looking real, real bad. I probably wouldn't drop him, but it's on the table. Warriors, Steph Curry suffered a tailbone injury. Sounds like x-rays are negative. Sounds like he's fine. He kind of was falling. I thought he was going to fall into the scorer's table and just wasn't there, and he kind of just fell. Hopefully he's okay. Also, the bigger news, I guess, for now is James Weissman's out at least a week, as is Eric Pascal. So, we'll see a little bit more of Jordan Poole. Smaller lineups, man. Jordan Poole played awesome, and his defense is good. So I think Poole's a pickup. Call me crazy, but he's really improved, and he's a pretty talented dude. 18 is enough for the Rockets. Poor guys. Christian Wood back, though. Looked really good. Didn't shoot well from the line. That's fine. But 26 minutes out of the gate after Silas said he had a minutes cap on him and he wasn't in basketball shape. You got to feel great about that. Obviously, you got to feel great about Kevin Porter Jr. Nothing really else to be said. KJ Morton also 30 minutes. He has really locked minutes down. Daniel House comes back, plays 24. And KJ Martin's still crushing at 30 minutes. So I think he's got a clear path. Not much to say on the Heat, but trade Trevor Ariza headed to Miami. That'll cut into KZ Okpala probably the most, and maybe a little bit of the guards. Kelly Olynyk also, we could see his upside come away too, now that they have kind of a competent defender. So I would expect Olynyk, even in the bad game today, he's maybe droppable if you want to get aggressive and add somebody who is really attractive. Grizzlies win on a big Josh scoop. Not much to say on that. We did get a Grayson Allen start. We saw Xavier Tillman get booted to a smaller lineup. D'Anthony Melton really thrived off the bench. 13, 10, and 6, 2 steals. Looks like he's kind of locked in. So not the biggest upside, but certainly looks like a guy you should keep on your roster right now. Denver smacked the Hornets. Not much to say. Michael Porter Jr.'s defense got tucked up after the game. Man, he is rolling. If you bought low, you're looking real good. Porter Jr. looks like he's huge, except for a big finish. Luka smash. 43 minutes, 42 points. He really wanted this one, you could tell. He was just dead at the end of the game. Looked like the tired Popeyes person, tired Jimmy Butler meme. It was like that at the end for Luka, but mad props. And Josh Richardson is back. He's looking great lately. Not much to say on the Clippers besides Reggie Jackson's not very good. Ty Lue really wants to play Marcus Morris a lot. That's pretty clear. And then Vince Zubats likes playing Dallas. Serge Ibaka out again with back injury. He's had a ton of back issues, including in December with lower back tightness, which he has now. So could be more time for Serge. To the ads page, I mean, so many guys we've just been talking about over and over and over again. KJ Martins and yada, yada, yada. But Sadiq Bey back to 25%. He's got to be added. Satoransky's 19%. I don't even get that. Like, what do people want? Nick Claxton, 8%. Definitely on the rise. Him playing more than DeAndre Jordan's huge sign. Shake Milton, the guy I add from the Seth Curry fallout. I'm buying Jordan Poole. I think he's going to get playing time while James Weissman and Pascal are out. And then Trevor Ariza, total flyer. I'm not too into it. But hey, we know he's a second half player too. So you guys take care. Catch you next time.